Imagine moving into your dream neighborhood only to find out your upstairs neighbors are drug dealers, leaving their kid outside your door like it's free daycare. They partied every night, made our lives hell, but they had no idea who they were messing with. What started as sleepless nights ended in arrests, CPS raids, and a moving truck taking away everything they owned. This is the story of how karma knocked hard on their door. If you've ever had neighbors who made your life miserable, hit that like button. And if you love satisfying revenge stories where justice hits back harder than expected, make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell icon, because today's story is one wild ride. My wife and I had just welcomed our second child into the world. We'd worked hard, saved every penny, and finally moved into a beautiful duplex in an amazing neighborhood. There was a playground right next to it, friendly neighbors waving as we unloaded boxes. It honestly felt like the fresh start we'd always dreamed of. Next door lived a kind old man who loved repairing bikes, and on the other side, a woodworker who'd often invite his grandkids to play with ours. It felt like a community, safe, happy. But we were in for a shock. The very next day, I heard a small knock on our door. When I opened it, there stood a 7-year-old boy, alone, a little backpack slung over his shoulder, clutching a bag of goldfish crackers. Taped to the bag was a note that read, "Please watch him while we're out. Be back later." It was a school day, and these people, our upstairs neighbors, had literally left their child with complete strangers without asking. That was CPS call number 1, Child Protective Services. Soon after, our friendly neighbors pulled us aside. "You might want to keep an eye on the folks upstairs," the woodworker said. "They're trouble. Cars in and out all night. Loud parties. Cops have shown up before, but nothing sticks." They weren't exaggerating. Within a week, we realized our peaceful nights were over. Music thumped through the ceiling every single night. Doors slammed. Strangers shouted in the hallway at 3 a.m. With a newborn at home, sleep was already rare, but this turned it into pure hell. We tried being polite at first. I went upstairs, knocked, and asked if they could keep it down. "It's just a party, bro," the guy sneered. "We have a baby downstairs," I said firmly. "Not my problem," he laughed, shutting the door in my face. Over the weeks, the situation got worse. There were multiple confrontations, screaming in the hallway, sleepless nights, and growing resentment. We contacted the landlord again and again, but every time, the response was useless. "We can't just evict someone for noise complaints," they'd say. We felt trapped, angry, powerless. But then, opportunity came knocking. One night I saw their red Mazda 3 pull into the parking lot. Except this time, the car looked like it had gone through a demolition derby. The bumper was shredded, headlights cracked. Clearly they'd hit something. Or someone. Without hesitation, I called the RCMP. At the very least, I figured they'd get a fine. But what unfolded next was way bigger than I imagined. When the officers ran the plates, they found out the guy had an active warrant for drug trafficking. That night they came to the building. I watched from the window as he was handcuffed and shoved into the police cruiser. His girlfriend, entitled Woman 1, screamed and cursed at the officers. I thought maybe this would bring peace. I was wrong. Things were just getting started. While the boyfriend sat in jail, entitled Woman 2, the boy's mother, continued to leave her child home alone. Not occasionally, every single day, dirty clothes. No meals, we couldn't ignore it. We often snuck food to the kid because no child deserves to starve. CPS was called again. This time it was serious. My wife is a genius when it comes to online digging. She found the mom's Facebook profile, matched names through public records, and uncovered a gold mine. The family owed Easy Home nearly $48,000 in furniture and assets. They had taken everything, TVs, subwoofers, kitchen sets, from their previous address without paying. Within 48 hours, the sheriff arrived with a box truck. One by one, everything they owned was carried out of that apartment. Beds, couches, the massive sound system that kept us awake, even the dressers. It was poetic justice watching the same subwoofer that shook our ceiling being hauled away. Shortly after the sheriff's raid, CPS returned, this time with serious intent. The little boy was removed from the home. It broke my heart, honestly. but he deserved better. He was always hungry, wearing torn clothes, and living in chaos. Meanwhile, the drug dealer boyfriend's hidden stash was discovered in one of the dressers the sheriff had seized, leading to additional drug possession charges. Entitled Woman, one assaulted the sheriff during the seizure and was arrested on the spot. Years later, I ran into Entitled Woman too. She told me that after losing her son, she entered multiple rehabilitation and parenting programs. She cleaned up her life, got a stable job, and eventually regained custody. She actually thanked me for making that call. "If you hadn't stepped in, I don't know where we'd be," she said. In the end, I didn't just get revenge on some drug-dealing neighbors. I helped bring justice to a bad situation. And maybe helped change someone's life for the better. The image of that box truck hauling away their prized possessions, followed by the police cuffs clicking shut, is forever burned into my memory. All those nights of disrespect, all the chaos, all the helpless anger, gone in a single night of perfect karma. They thought they were untouchable. They were wrong. Sometimes, revenge isn't about doing something cruel. It's about letting the system catch up to those who think they're above it. In this case, karma came with flashing lights and a moving truck. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and share it with someone who loves justice as much as you do. Have you ever witnessed karma hit someone hard? Tell me in the comments below. And of course, don't forget to subscribe for more revenge stories every week.